This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure that you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for June 27th, 2025. A couple arrested at Walt Disney World Resort last year were cleared of child neglect and domestic violence charges. Robert and Janine Pecha of Staten Island, New York, were arrested for third-degree felony child neglect in February 2024 after they were found allegedly intoxicated in their hotel room at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Robert was also charged with misdemeanor domestic violence for allegedly hitting his wife several times in front of their 5-year-old and 3-year-old children. The Pechas have both been cleared of charges, their attorney Angela Marriott informed WDWNT. Judge Andrew Asher Bain of the 9th Judicial Circuit of Florida signed notices on May 9th stating the case is not suitable for prosecution and action would be taken to clear the records and to release subjects' bond if any has been posted and to release the defendants if in custody. Magic Kingdom Park Pass reservations for annual pass holders are fully booked for July 20th, 2025. That's the premiere date of Disney's Starlight Dream the Night Away parade. Annual pass holders who try to book a park pass for July 20th will see that only some parks are available on that date. Magic Kingdom is unavailable, but pass holders can still book a reservation for EPCOT, Disney Hollywood Studios, or Disney's Animal Kingdom. Though Magic Kingdom park passes are no longer available, pass holders may still be able to use their park hopping ability to visit Magic Kingdom. You can make a reservation for another park and hop there if it's not a capacity. You can try to give that a shot if you really want to see the parade. Though pass holders can usually enter any park without a reservation after 2 p.m., park pass reservations will be required for Magic Kingdom or another park to enter Magic Kingdom at any time of day starting on July 20th. Pass holders hoping to make it to Magic Kingdom that day can also continue checking the calendar as more reservations may come available if Disney opens up capacity or maybe other guests cancel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you're a pass holder, you probably already kind of know the drill. There are still Magic Kingdom reservations available for regular theme park ticket holders and Disney Resort hotel guests on July 20th. It's just the pass holder inventory that is currently depleted. Other than that date, there is full availability for all guests and parks through September 17th. That's the furthest out the reservation calendar was available when this article was written. Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away is the first year-round nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom since Main Street Electrical Parade closed back in 2016. It'll be performed at 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. each evening except during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party dates. Magic Kingdom hours were extended as a result. The parade will travel the parade route in reverse from Main Street to Frontierland like predecessors Main Street Electrical Parade and Spectrum Magic. The floats of Disney Starlight light up. They are inspired by the Disney IPs like Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Moana, Encanto, Frozen, Coco, Wish, and more. Mickey and Friends have new outfits for the parade as well. Of course, you can read more about it on our site. Walt Disney World has announced the reopening date for Prairie Outpost, the former candy store that will now operate as a hat shop. The shop will open to guests on Monday, June 30th. Here, guests will find wide-brimmed hats, fedoras, customized headwear, and more from Chapel Hats. If you don't know, there's Chapel Hats in Disney Springs, if you want to kind of get an idea for what the inventory might be like there. Prairie Outpost is located in Frontierland between Country Bear Musical Jamboree and Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid at Magic Kingdom will close for a brief refurbishment next month. The attraction will be closed for routine maintenance beginning on July 21st, and it's expected to reopen on the 26th. No further details were provided. This seems to be, routine maintenance, as it's a pretty short window there. Extended evening hours will be available at Magic Kingdom at least one more day this summer. Extended evening hours is a complimentary offering for select Walt Disney World Resort hotel guests. They can enjoy an additional 2 hours in the park after it closes to other guests. Magic Kingdom will offer extended evening hours from 10 p.m. to midnight on Wednesday, September 3rd. The park is taking a break for the rest of June and July, but will offer extended evening hours on one date in August. Disney's Hollywood Studios also has extended evening hours on only one date this summer. Check out our site for more details. Crews continue to work on the fake rocks of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and have moved the refurbished train. Earlier this month, WDWNT saw a refurbished Big Thunder Mountain Railroad train near the loading area of the roller coaster. A few days later, crew members added clearance envelopes to the train cars for testing. We talked about that the other day. The train is no longer sitting in the same spot, so it may have been moved to a different part of the track. Near Tiana's Bayou Adventure, we took a look at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad's new vehicle barn. This is where the vehicles will be stored and maintained. Scaffolding is gone from the barn's exterior, and we can now see yellow railings inside. There are also new elements on tops of the 4 openings. These could be new doors or some other feature. On the actual ride, we saw crew members working under a tent across a bridge. The tent was previously laying on the ground next to the track and building, but there are now shades clipped up in that space. A hole in Rockwork where the track curves into the mountain has been covered in new steel mesh. Supports behind the mesh were recently painted white. The next step will be to fill in the hole with new concrete and then paint it to match the rest of the rockwork. Some rockwork has already been redone on another section near the track. This section has not been repainted just yet. A group of white rocks is visible past the bridge. Another large hole was only recently torn open and then quickly covered up. Since the hole was covered again, it's now been repainted. The rock structure in the background of our photo was gray in the last update. It's now reddish brown. More details may be added to make it look more worn and realistic. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is scheduled to reopen in 2026, of course, with that quote we keep using, a little bit of new magic. Walt Disney Imagineering filed a construction permit on Wednesday for the demolition of Tom Sawyer Island at Magic Kingdom. The notice of commencement is for demo, infrastructure prep, and utility modifications at 4975 Caribbean Way in Bay Lake. Disney has contracted North Star Contracting Group, Inc. for the work. The permit expires 1 year after June 25th, 2025. July 6th will be the last day to experience Tom Sawyer Island before it permanently closes, along with the Rivers of America and Liberty Square riverboat. The island and rivers will be demolished to make way for a national parks-themed Cars expansion to Frontierland. Though Tom Sawyer Island will be gone, one of its most iconic elements will live on in the Cars area. They're going to leave the barrel bridges there. They're currently included on that fun map for the expansion. Piston Peak National Park, which is inspired by the Rocky Mountains, is going to be on there too. Disney will incorporate sight lines into the design of the new area, and there will be an original character inspired by classic Disney animated films. There will be 2 Cars attractions, an off-road rally race ride we've talked about a lot, and a family fun ride. Also, Disney extended the operating hours of Liberty Square Riverboat before its permanent closure in July. According to a sign at the boat's launch, as well as the Walt Disney World website, the Liberty Bell is now opening at 10 a.m. instead of 11 a.m., give you an extra hour of fun there. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to www.nt.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation, from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so please hit them up. Book today. We finally got a date for the closure of Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. It's going to be closed beginning on August 4th of 2025. It'll reopen sometime in 2026 with a new show scene and character updated ride vehicles, gameplay enhancements. Disney announced the overhaul back in March, revealing a new scene and character. The new character is a robot named Buddy who helps guests with target practice before they launch into space. The new ride vehicle will have a look inspired by Star Command and video monitors with real-time scoring and other exciting features. The vehicles will also have new handheld blasters with always-on lasers to help with aim, lights, sounds, and haptic effects. The ride's targets will be updated with interactive features. Of course, you can check out our playtest of the new blasters. Tom was able to playtest that a couple months ago. We have that here on our channel. Walt Disney World annual pass holders can channel Maleficent at a new limited time photo op in Magic Kingdom. The photo op is available exclusively to annual pass holders now through July 31st as part of VI Pass Holder Summer Days. Disney announced that on Instagram. Guests get to hold Maleficent's golden staff. Diablo, Maleficent's pet raven, is added to the picture, perched atop the staff's glowing green orb, so you don't get to hold Diablo, just the staff. Photo op is in Fantasyland by the castle walls to the right of Pinocchio Village House. If you'll eat the food there, then you're not going to be scared of Maleficent. It's open from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily. The photo op was announced back in May, soon after the release of the Maleficent Pass Holder Magnet. Both offerings come around the opening of Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After, which opened recently over in Hollywood Studios. So lots of Maleficent this summer. Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe has refreshed its menu for the summer season, offering several new entrees and a returning sandwich. The new menu offerings include classic ranch salad for $9.99, truffle French onion burger for $14.99, hand-dipped fried chicken sandwich for $13.19, grilled chicken sandwich for $13.19, patty melt with impossible meat for $13.49. Please visit our website, see what all of our rankings are. We did eat them all, and we always rank from 1 to 7. Sometimes there's a 0 there, but we did rank them. You can check out the review there. Yesterday was June 26, or 626, also known as Stitch Day. Here's how Disney celebrated the day. First, Gantu and Hamsterviel in particular only make rare appearances at Disney Park, so this is one of those few times guests can see the villains in person. Gantu is not quite as big as he appears in the animated film, but he's still one of the larger Disney characters you can encounter. Characters joined Stitch for the Tomorrowland Galactic Blast at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage. Stitch appears daily at the DJ dance party there, but Gantu, Hamsterviel, and Angel were only there yesterday. If you missed it, you can see the characters on our TikTok account. Very cute. Disney also shared a rare look inside the Walt Disney Feature Animation Florida building backstage at Disney's Hollywood Studios. If you didn't know, that's where Lilo and Stitch and other Walt Disney Animation Studios classics were created. Now it's an office for PR people and stuff like that. In addition to a tour and a look back on a division's history, Disney Parks blog also interviewed Clark Spencer, the producer of the animated Lilo and Stitch and current president of Disney Animation. Walt Disney Feature Animation Florida operated from 1989 to 2004. Here, Walt Disney Animation Studios worked on classics like The Little Mermaid, that was 1989, Beauty and the Beast in 91, Aladdin in 92, and The Lion King in 94. During the early years, guests could watch animators work with the Magic of Disney Animation Tour. That facility is now Star Wars Launch Bay. The 4-story feature animation building was constructed in the late 90s around the release of Mulan, which was in 1998. Small section of the first floor of the new building became part of the Magic of Disney Animation Tour, thanks to a set of windows where the buildings connected to one another. Guest watch as Lilo and Stitch was developed under the direction of Chris Sanders and Dean DeBlois. There's a lot of information about this. If you want to read the story on our website, we have a lot of information for you there. Check it out. Disney has officially announced that the Heartbeat of Freedom 4th of July fireworks tag is returning to EPCOT. Heartbeat of Freedom will be performed after Luminous, the Symphony of Us, which starts at 9 p.m. on Friday, July 4th. Trust me, I hate giant crowds. 4th of July is very crowded. That's one thing that for me is worth it every year. I love that. I love that tag. In addition to the fireworks, Spaceship Earth will glow red, white, and blue on the evening of July 4th. During the day, guests can meet Mickey, Goofy, Pluto, Chip, and Dale in their patriotic gear at the American Adventure. EPCOT is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on July 4th. Magic Kingdom also offers fireworks in the form of Disney's Celebrate America, a 4th of July concert in the sky. That will be on July 3rd and July 4th. According to Disney, Spaceship Earth will be temporarily closed for refurbishment starting August 25th, 2025. The attraction is planned to reopen later this year. No reopening date has been confirmed yet. We are told it's routine maintenance. You may recall it was slated to close for a lengthy overhaul back in the spring of 2020 before the pandemic and all that stuff. This never happened. We don't expect major changes here, but we will keep our eye on things and let you know as we get more information, and in particular if we get a reopening date. Over a dozen new mugs and tumblers arrived at Walt Disney World Resort this week. These mugs feature Mickey and Friends, Disney princesses, Winnie the Pooh, and more characters and iconography. We found most of the drinkware at World of Disney and Disney Springs. You can see the complete list of the new drinkware and details on our site, www.nt.com. There is no better way for Disney Parks fans to scare up some fun for the Halloween season than by attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World. However, these separately ticketed events, well, they're pretty expensive. Thankfully, we have a way for you to save on admission. Unlock Magic, powered by our friends at Be Our Guest Vacations and DVC Rental Store. They've been offering Walt Disney World guests the best prices on park tickets. Now they're offering 10% off on all tickets for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in 2025. Simply by visiting their website, you'll find a calendar of available party dates, how much the tickets will be compared to what they would cost without Unlock Magic. If you'd like to attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, do yourself a favor, save some money with our pals at Unlock Magic. Visit unlockmagic.com/WWNT to learn more. In a recent image shared by Disney, the trains of the Walt Disney World Monorail transportation system will be receiving new glow-in-the-dark logos. In a recent update shared by Disney on the Disney Experiences webpage, all of the 12 monorail trains will be receiving new exterior logos that are made to glow in the dark. These new logos will be highly visible at night, making them easier to see from a distance. Also, as you may remember, the monorails also have LED lights beneath them now. The image shows a cast member wearing the blue transport costume beside one monorail train. The new logo is bright blue and says Walt Disney World Monorail Transportation. In the light, the logo has a slightly holographic appearance. The monorail in the image appears to be Monorail Blue, which returned from minor refurbishment back in 2024. Since this was the only image shared so far, it's unclear at this time if all the monorail trains are going to be getting the same blue logo, or maybe the logo is going to match whatever color the monorail is. Let's hope it matches. That'd be pretty cool. According to the update, all of the monorail fleet at Walt Disney World will be debuting that look sometime this week. Walt Disney World released their full list of 4th of July snacks available at parks and Disney Springs, including 3 new menu items. First up, new, the Patriotic Cake Bar, vanilla chiffon combined with passion fruit, orange, and guava juice, available at Emirates Patisserie in Disney Springs. Also new, the Red, White, and Blue Waffle. It's a waffle topped with mixed berries, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, and festive sprinkles. It's available at Sleepy Hollow at Magic Kingdom. Also, Caramel Apple Pie Funnel Cake. It's a funnel cake with apple pie topping, caramel drizzle, and vanilla soft serve. Currently available beyond July 4th at Epic Eats and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Berry shortcake, this shortcake topped with mixed berries, whipped cream, and patriotic sprinkles, available at Columbia Harbor House at Magic Kingdom. Red, white, and blue funnel cake. That's a funnel cake topped with mixed berries, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, and festive sprinkles. A lot like that waffle. It's also at Sleepy Hollow at Magic Kingdom. The red, white, and blue slushie is frozen Fanta blue raspberry, Fanta cherry layered with whipped cream and topped with popping candies, available at Liberty Square Market in Magic Kingdom. These will all be available from June 29th to July 5th. The second round of 40% dining discounts for Walt Disney World annual pass holders starts on July 1st. The 40% discount is part of VI Pass Holders Summer Days. Select Disney restaurants are offering to discount Mondays through Thursdays. These restaurants will be 40% off for pass holders July 1st through July 31st on those days. Ale and Compass, breakfast and lunch only though. Coral Reef, the Diamond Horseshoe, Tiffin's Restaurant, Whispering Canyon Cafe is also joining the mix. And then these restaurants are currently offering the discount through June 30th. That's Boatwright's Dining Hall, Cape May Cafe, that's for dinner only. Hollywood and Vine, Toledo Tapas Steak and Seafood, Tusker House also in there for lunch and dinner only. The discount excludes alcoholic beverages, tax, and gratuity. It's for pass holders, and unless otherwise noted, up to 3 guests. Pass holders must present their valid annual pass ID and photo ID. Dining reservations are strongly recommended. Pass holders still get 10% to 20% off most table service Disney restaurants. Check out the full list. We have it on our website. VI Pass Holders Summer Days offerings also include special drinks. There's a Maleficent magnet we talked about, a pass holder lounge, and a dopey meet and greet. All kinds of stuff for the pass holders this summer. I think it's great. Oh boy, here we go. A 39-year-old British man was arrested at Disneyland Paris last weekend for trying to have a, quote, mock wedding with a 9-year-old Ukrainian girl as his bride. The man, Jackie Jaj, is a convicted sex offender in the UK and was wanted for breaching requirements. On Saturday, June 21st, Disneyland Paris cast members were alerted by a guest who had been paid 12,000 euros to play the father of the bride, but realized at the last minute that the bride was a child. The 9-year-old girl is a Ukrainian national and had arrived in France with her 41-year-old mother 2 days before the, quote, wedding. According to a statement by Meaux prosecutor Jean-Baptiste Bladier, the girl had not been victim of physical or sexual violence, had not been forced to play the role of a bride, and that's via the BBC. Bladier said the wedding was fictional and meant to be recorded in a private capacity. This is very bizarre. Jaj had used a fake Latvian ID to rent Disneyland Paris for several hours. He had hired about 100 French extras to participate. A woman who had been hired to play a guest told BFM-TV that when she arrived at the event, she saw a, quote, little girl dressed in white with her hair all done up, and I saw a woman who picked her up in her arms, and I was shocked. I burst into tears when I saw that it was a child. It was horrific. Well, after Disneyland Paris was informed of what was going on, they contacted the police. Jaj and 3 other people, the little girl's mother, a 24-year-old Latvian woman who was playing the bride's sister, and a 55-year-old Latvian man were also arrested. By Tuesday, only Jaj was still being held by police. He and the Latvian woman appeared in front of a judge locally there on June 23rd. He was charged with fraud, breach of trust, money laundering, and identity theft. The Latvian woman is still a witness in the investigation. Jaj had been, quote, made up professionally so that his face appeared totally different from his own. Zhaj was previously found guilty in 2016 of abuse of two 15-year-olds. The BBC had previously investigated an incident in which Zhaj hired hundreds of children, some as young as 6, through casting agencies to play his, quote, fans at a fake film premiere in London's Leicester Square. That was in 2023. Last summer, a parent recognized him giving gifts to children outside dance auditions for another production. UK Metropolitan Police said in a statement via BBC, a 39-year-old man is wanted by the Met Police for breaching a sexual harm prevention order and a breach of a sex offenders register notification requirement. We are aware the man has been arrested in France for other matters, and officers are in contact with French authorities. I know that sometimes we just offer our opinion or editorialize. This is so bizarre. I don't even know where to start. Sick, bizarre. It sounds like no one was harmed. This is, I mean, good looking out for people at Disneyland Paris for putting a stop to this. That's really all I have to say. The Hong Kong Disneyland ambassador team shared a preview of the Tinkerbell scene, including Main Street projections in the park's 20th anniversary nighttime spectacular. Disney Live Entertainment technical producer Jackie O. Ying said the Tinkerbell scene highlights how the Main Street projections are an extension of the nighttime spectacular. This 20th anniversary edition of the park's momentous show is the first Hong Kong Disneyland nighttime spectacular to use Main Street USA projections. I was supposed to be there. Tinkerbell is one of many characters and icons to appear via drones in the sky next to Castle of Magical Dreams. It appears she uses her magic to send images down the facades of Main Street. The Disney Live Entertainment team installed multiple 4K projectors on the street's rooftops. The facades are illuminated with seamless, high-resolution visuals that appear to change the buildings. Confetti, balloons, and papel picado all appear thanks to the projections. The papel picado are part of a Coco sequence that will also include the Marigold Bridge made of drones. Drone imagery will also include Duffy and Friends. Other featured Disney films include Sleeping Beauty, Princess and the Frog, and Peter Pan. Of course, you can watch the preview video on Instagram. Hong Kong Disneyland has a new Toy Story little green alien sipper based on a statue at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World, so it may be coming to the U.S. park soon. We can only hope. The sipper is available at Jesse's Snack Roundup in Toy Story Land for $180 Hong Kong. Comes with a bottled drink. It depicts little green alien wearing their blue goggles and a jetpack. The straw sticks out of the top of its head behind the antennae. Translucent orange exhaust appears to blow out of the jetpack. One of the pack's wings is the button to activate the sipper's lighting effect. Lights inside the exhaust element flicker. You see it in action, of course, on our TikTok. I'm positive Tom picked this up. The sipper includes a detachable strap featuring pizza and alien imagery, plus the Alien Pizza Planet logo. Alien Pizza Planet is only at Disneyland Park, not Hong Kong Disneyland. Part of the strap has the Hong Kong Disneyland word mark, though. This would be easy to change for other parks if we wanted to. Aliens wearing blue goggles and jetpacks are featured as multiple statues at Alien Pizza Planet in Disneyland Park. Also an alien wearing a jetpack and red goggles at Alien Swirling Saucers at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We would guess the sipper will be available at Disneyland Park soon, possibly Disney's Hollywood Studios as well. Disney Cruise Line shared more details of DeVille's, a new piano lounge on the Disney Destiny ship. Disney Cruise Line announced DeVille's earlier this year, and we got a preview of some of the lounge's furnishings and cast member costumes. We got that a preview we had here at Disney World. The lounge will be just off the ship's Grand Hall with a marquee spelling out DeVille's in piano key inspired letters. If you've been on a Wish class ship, you kind of probably can guess where this piano lounge is going to go and where the other piano lounges are on the Wish and on the Treasure. On the floor will be a mosaic of white and black tiles reading "How Marvelous." Cruella's catchphrase is surrounded by 15 paw prints representing Pongo and Perdita's 15 original puppies. Inside each detail of the lounge will reflect Cruella's flair for style and wickedly bold attitude. Uniquely shaped furnishings will have a luxurious feel, rich textures, and couture fabrics. The lounge draws inspiration from Cruella's black and white color palette with red accents. The carpet's design will appear ink-splotched and hand-drawn as a tribute to animator Ken Anderson, who oversaw the stylized character designs of 101 Dalmatians. A spotted piano, which we saw during our April preview, will be the venue's focal point. Disney Parks blog shared a downloadable wallpaper of the piano's spotted pattern as well, if you want that. DeVille's will serve trendy martinis, chic cocktails, and glamorous wines and bubbles, including drinks named the Fashionista and Fearless Sir Galahad. Cruella de Vil will appear on the Disney Destiny in 2 entertainment offerings. Guests will be able to put their style to the test on Cruella's runway while she provides live commentary. She may also recruit guests to create a more flattering tribute to her when she hears the song Cruella de Vil on board. Disney Destiny sets off on its maiden voyage from Port Everglades on November 20th of this year, followed by a season of inaugural sailings. Ship has a heroes and villains theme featuring Black Panther Grand Hall statue and Spider-Man Stern character. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that did not make it onto today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and so much more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who help make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.